go like this, because she, like, if she cut through here, she wouldn't be able to pull the tips down.
You say through here, you have to say where you're pointing to, because
so through here is
not so much here,
the middle digit,
here, but really here.
Yeah, just so you guys, just so that way the listeners don't know what I'm talking about, of course. So, but like the middle parts over here, like how the pinky, like the top of the pinky, and then across that way would be where she lost it. So she'd be able to pull
between
them
the first and second knuckle.
As you're still not explaining this at all whatsoever
I'm
to
bad at
anybody
that.
who can't fucking see.
I'm really bad at explaining things to people that can't see things. I'm a very visual person.
Warning, the following show will spoil the hell out of George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire books and the TV show A Game of Thrones. Also, you're probably going to find a fuck ton of bad language. The explicit tag is there for a reason.
Death and boobies, 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 death and boobies.
Okay, so we got some interesting news potentially this week that we thought we should probably talk about.
Yes.
I saw that shit and I was like,
I'm excited.
Hey guys, you don't mind me, but I need to save this for later. And it was about a potential book date release for a very specific book.
Yes, so a bookstore in New York City put out their list of books to look out for this year.
Ooh.
And on it for September 6th of 2018 was the next book in the A Song of Ice and Fire series.
Yes.
I so hope it's true.
Which would be the Winds of Winter if it were true. Now they've since removed it from the list.
See, my thinking is that they put it on, someone put it on there, someone else didn't catch it, and they publicized it, and then as soon as, like, they got a couple of no one's supposed to use, and people got really excited about it, they're like, no, shit, no one's supposed to know about that, edit the site, and turn, back up, abort! And they had to, like, take it down. So that's what I'm hoping that...
Yes, I'm hoping that it's true,
and that
they actually accidentally released the release date
yes.
for the book.
Anything that happens on the internet for 5 seconds happens for eternity.
Yeah,
exactly.
And that we're getting TWOW this year.
Yes.
I can't wait. You guys are just
TWOW?
I like it. The Winds of Winter. TWOW.
Yeah, I got it, but...
Everybody calls it TWOW.
Okay.
Oh, see, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Or just Winds.
Okay.
I call it TWOW.
Okay.
I kind of like TWOW because it sounds a little bit better.
Okay, sure.
Asif. You have to put the I in there.
It's an OIF, not AIF.
That's Aswaf.
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 Oh.
A Song of Ice and Fire. Aswaf.
What was I saying?
Ass off. I don't know.
Asaf.
Ass off and dick off.
Aswaf. Ooh, that'd be a good one.
New novella series, The Adventures of Aswaf and Dick Off.
Coming soon to you by Widow Wolfsbane. All the time. That's just, I can't.
And she said her name wrong again.
Why don't I say my name wrong?
This is true.
Yeah.
Why don't I?
So
That's just expected of me now.
The other option is that it's not The Winds of Winter.
Yeah.
So what would it be?
That there is an actual book from George coming out that day, but that it's volume 1 of Fire and Blood, which would be the encyclopedia of the Targaryens.
So you think they put the wrong picture on it?
It's entirely possible that they just go. Now, the fact that it said the next book in the A Song of Ice and Fire series kind of
makes you
leads
think
you to believe that that's not the way it is.
Because it could have been worded differently. The next book in
Absolutely.
A Song of Ice and Fire world.
But George did indicate that at least Fire and Blood was coming out this year.
Okay.
And that hopefully we would get 2 books because A Boy Can Dream.
Ooh, he did say that.
He did say that.
A boy can dream, and so
it's
can
possible, according to George, that we could get both Fire and Blood and The Winds of Winter this year.
So is he doing this, like, well, I guess it's this Stephanie Meyer did the him thing, because he's been writing longer, but it's all a dream, and he's writing this out of a dream that he had?
No.
And he's just researching it further? I don't know, because he's a boy can dream.
No, A Boy Can Dream that we get Winds of Winter this year.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
That we get 2 books this year.
He wrote a statement on his blog that...
What about his Twitter? Because his Twitter's pretty fucking hilarious, too.
No, but when he releases news, it's always on his Not a Blog.
Yeah.
That's what he calls it, Not a Blog.
Okay.
And he said that we're definitely getting Fire and Blood in 2018, and that we might get 2 books in the A Song of Ice and Fire world in 2018. A Boy Can Dream.
And he's the boy.
So...
And he needs to get his shit together and write.
He's got his shit together. Remember last time we had the discussion about how fucking intricate every little thing in these books is?
Dude, his broom probably looks like, what's-his-face's...
Crazy board
over there.
Oh, I have no doubt about that.
That's gotta be. How else is he gonna keep track of all that? Yeah, he's got the conspiracy board. Like, he's gotta have all this shit here
and he's got
in front of him.
Colors.
No, he just found the person who did that for him, and it was like, hey, I'm gonna buy this off you because I needed to keep my shit straight too, and you just did all that work for me. So here's $10. I'm gonna buy this. Take it home. Go get some more supplies.
I think he'd be a little more generous.
I was gonna say 10,000, and then I'm like, no. So I just wanted 10.
I would have said 10,000.
But anyway, so
it's a lot of time.
I'm hoping that the leak is true.
I am too.
Now we've been burned before.
Yeah.
Waiting for the Winds of Winter.
Yes, we have.
But I have a feeling it's gonna be just like a massive book. I mean, Dance with Dragons was ridiculously huge.
Yes,
that's
true.
True.
Feast for Crows was ridiculously huge.
It's like how the Harry Potter books were like they keep getting bigger, like, and not even just bigger like as in like thicker. They get like a little taller and shit and sometimes wider, too, and wider.
Yeah.
So not only are they increasing literally the volume of the space of the page, but the depth of the book too.
They're George R.R. Martin Russian dolls.
Yeah, they are. Oh my god, you know how horrific that'd be if somebody actually took the books and did that? Oh my god, I would cry.
A book inside of a book inside of a book inside of a book.
Yeah, but like to actually go out, buy like a book set and then just sit there and carve all of those pages out of the book and then ruin someone's ability to read it.
That's scandalous.
Monsters.
It is. I was going to say sacrilegious, but scandalous works too.
Monsters. But yeah. So I just thought we should go over that and talk about it. You guys, okay, I want to do prediction.
Okay.
Is it true? Yes or no? Widow Wolfsbane.
I think it's true.
Ooh,
I do.
We've got somebody who's given the benefit of the doubt. Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's true. I think it was potentially a planned teaser, publicizing, PR, throwing that out there, maybe. And I'm just hoping that that's what like he was trying to do to get people to like revitalize the faith, and then that evil bit of hope that he gives us the little glimmer of. Now,
he has said that when it's ready to go, he will tell us first on Not a Blog.
That's fair.
So, okay, Lady Wyvern, what about your prediction? Is it true?
I don't give the benefit of the doubt, so I don't think it is.
Oh, we have a skeptic.
Oh.
We have a skeptic here, folks.
You can tell which one of us is the dreamer. Because I'm a dreamer.
Yeah, you are a dreamer. No,
so you're not buying it.
I think if it was real and it wasn't supposed to be out yet, George R.R. Martin would have a public fit.
Would he have a public fit? Do you think?
I don't think he'd have a public fit because then it would just prove it and he would know it.
I mean, like the TV show has fucked up his books, and he hasn't really had a public fit about that yet. I mean, quietly.
Well, he knew they were going to do that. He knew they were.
He probably assumed they were going to do it.
I do not know which way I come down. I'm like literally torn 50-50 on it being true and it not being true.
I think if you had one more piece of evidence, you'd be one way or the other.
You can't be 50-50. You told us we had to pick one way or the other.
I know, but since I'm running the show,
he can do whatever he wants.
I can do whatever I want. It's good to be the king.
Ooh.
Just because you have a penis doesn't mean you get to change the rules for yourself.
I feel like
we live in America. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, we do live in the patriarchy. Oh, the feminist in you is trying so hard not to rip throat to wait to rip out. And I'm over here. He's like, we're in America, it's a patriarchy. And I'm like, oh, look, guys, I've got boobs. And you're like, I fucking hate all of you, like breaking your pencil.
All right, fine. I will go on record as 51-49.
Oh my God.
In favor of it's true.
So yes.
We had to be.
Yeah.
I think 7 years is long enough.
For him to wait to release a goddamn book? Yes.
Well, I don't think he's been waiting to release it.
I think he's been working on it.
I hope he's been writing the other one consecutively.
But the thing is
just then next we have to wait 10 years.
I'm okay with him taking 7 years to write the book because...
Okay. So anyway, that's our discussion of the leaked potential Winds of Winter release date.
Fuck yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Can't wait.
And we'll see how it turns out.
That was my finger guns, guys. That clicking sound.
Maybe we'll have an ebook to get through in September.
In the coming years.
We'll just, I'll read it as soon as it comes out because I'm already there. You guys have four other books to read before you can even open it. So.
Yeah, that's true. See, I've been thinking about just instead of like doing the pacing thing, just going through and reading the whole thing, but then I'm like, it kind of ruins it for the whole never read it before, new, fresh idea thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm here.
That's entirely up to you.
No, I like what I'm doing with it. I'm impatient, but I like it how it is.
I, however, will just, as soon as it comes out, we'll read Winds of Winter in like a weekend. So. Yeah.
Maybe if it's long enough, a weekend and a half.
Yeah, let's throw the audiobook on.
No, that's true.
And then go back and actually reread it.
All right.
Welcome back to the Ironwood Network Book Club. I am your host, Maester Ironwood. Here with me, as always today, are Lady Wyvern and Widow Wolfsbane. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty good this morning. How about you?
I'd be doing better if it wasn't Catelyn today.
Yeah, I'm doing good. We've got a Catelyn chapters. We get to make fun of Catelyn a lot.
That's true.
It's better than a Sansa chapter or a Dany chapter.
We enjoy making the Sansa or the cat recordings. We don't enjoy reading the chapter as much.
I enjoy reading the chapters. I don't like Catelyn, but I think her chapters are entertaining.
I like Catelyn better than I like Sansa.
It took me about 15 minutes longer to read this chapter than it has any other chapter.
It was a fairly long chapter, though.
No, not even that. Like, I just slowed down because I was just like, nope, I'm tired of her complaining.
No fucks were given?
No fucks were given about Catelyn.
All right, well. Just a couple of things before we get started. Just to remind everybody that we're doing 2 shows a week now. Just in case you haven't figured that out yet. Doing Monday mornings and Friday mornings, so be on the lookout for both of those.
If you're a night person, they drop on Sunday night and Thursday night.
They do drop Sunday night and Thursday night. And if you want to get episodes early, or you want to join us to do an episode of the podcast, head on over to patreon.ironwood.com/ironwood and sign up. $1 a month members get free early access to the shows. And at $5, you get the early access, plus you get the opportunity to come on and record an episode with us of a chapter of your choice. So I think that's pretty cool.
You get to hear.
I think that is really cool. I haven't seen that on other podcasts.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
You say you get to hear my outrageous sexual jokes before everyone else does.
That is true.
And if you're truly lucky, it might be one of Widow's nude podcasting days.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, those are coming up in the future, guys.
Let's not advertise pornography.
It's not pornography. It's artistic.
It's artistic. I will have nipple pasties on.
Okay, so are you gonna make the person on Skype like show their ID to prove they're older than 18 before you flash them?
I'm gonna have nipple pasties on, and if the nipples aren't showing, it's considered art, not nudity.
Oh my!
Well, it can be art with
God,
the nipples showing too.
Widow.
Not in like advertisements.
Oh.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's not an advertisement.
I still don't think you should.
I'm gonna get little nipple pasties that have the little tassels on them, so they can spin around and around and around and around like this.
Okay, I do not think you should be advertising that.
She's gonna get Stark Banner nipple pasties.
Oh my God, that'd be
They're
amazing!
like wolf's heads with little Stark banners that whirl around.
No!
I met someone that taught me how to make them. So all you have to do is like measure them out, print them out onto like a regular Word document, and then you can kind of stick them on with Elmer's glue, and then they just peel off when you're done with them.
No.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you're looking for a craft project for the weekend, nipple pasties.
Nipple pasties. Make sure you send me a picture, please. Tag me on Instagram.
Just don't do it. No, don't do it. Please don't do it. I'll never hear the end of it.
I would say you're a prude, but I know you.
I'm not a prude.
I know, so saying.
You heard any of the conversations we've had while recording this fucking thing over the last 18 weeks?
I would say you were a prude, but I know you.
All right. So anyway,
I should have had some of the long bottom leaf before this shit started. In my, oh my God, what's the word? Snortblat.
What is a Snortblat? It sounds like a horrible Pokemon.
No, it's in The Little Mermaid, Scuttle calls a pipe a Snortblat.
Yes, he did.
So I
like
said I'm gonna start calling. I'm gonna say I'm smoking the long bottom leaf of my Snortblat.
There you go. I actually have a Snortblat.
I do too. Mine's blue.
Mine's corncob. I have a corncob Snortblat. I got a corncob pipe like 5 years ago.
And a button nose.
No.
Two eyes without a hole.
That'd be nice. I could be a snowman. But I could totally be a snowman with my Stark nipple pasties.
No.
I'm gonna draw that picture now and I'm putting it on the Instagram just so you guys are aware that's happening later today.
I vote for you to do an episode in Stark nipple pasties.
Okay. I'm not against it.
We don't have a camera for proof.
I don't care.
We have 3 cameras for proof and an Instagram.
That's true.
And I've got a camera.
He does have a camera.
Big fancy camera.
Yes, yeah, he does do real photography. All right,
yes.
So I guess we should probably get into the synopsis and stop dicking around for a little while so we can dick around more after the synopsis.
Septum Meow, go back to sleep.
Yeah, Septum Meow's joining us for this episode.
Apparently.
Again, didn't she join us for the last episode?
She did.
Yeah.
No, Septum Meow, stay over there.
She's not too happy about that.
She's like, she's trying to find a place to jump to, and she's like, guys, what the fuck? There's too much shit for me to jump over there. Well, sorry, we have a lot of things that we need. Alright, so we're now currently meowless, which is fine.
Okay.
Works better.
Yeah. So, Widow Wolfsbane, you had decided through a long and convoluted process of odds and evens and rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors, Spock. Well, it almost was a Spock.
That you will be doing the synopsis.
Yes.
For this chapter.
I didn't lose you guys. I opted to.
Yeah, there was 5 straight ties at rock, paper, scissors.
Yes.
And then she guessed the odds and evens. She even guessed the exact number in odds and evens.
I did. And he had 2 hands, and I guessed the exact number out of 10. So I'm doing pretty good today. I'm on the roll. So.
You two are so weird.
Yeah, we are.
Indeed.
That's why you hang out with us.
Oh, and just to talk about weird, I've got another conspiracy theory.
He does.
To discuss.
We'll get to that later.
He's telling us about that. Which I don't disagree and I don't agree yet. I'm not against like I am your John theory. So, all right. So this chapter starts off with a quotation about going to be in King's Landing within the hour. And so Catelyn's talking to the captain of the ship, Moreo. And Moreo is a filthy Tyroshi guy. And by filthy, I mean he's just greedy and a bastard and rude. And
so he's a Tyroshi.
Yeah, he's a Tyroshi.
No,
with a green beard.
They're dark skinned, right?
Yeah, and blue haired.
Dark skinned and blue haired. Okay.
Yeah, and he's got a green beard. I think did it say he was bald?
They got like crazy colored hair.
Yeah, they just prefer crazy colors. Yeah. So I think what's the Tyroshi guy's name?
Is that what I was saying?
No, the other guy. The one that Daenerys was living with. He had
Illyrio?
Illyrio.
He's not Tyroshi.
He's Pentoshi. He's Pentoshi. Never mind. Okay. But yeah, so there's the one blue hair guy. This guy's got green hair. He's also greedy as fuck, and Catelyn's like, oh, well, thank you guys for getting here on time, like getting here so fast and everything, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm gonna give all your Ormen a silver stag for, like, making it so fast, and the Tyroshi guy is sitting there rubbing his little greedy, greasy hands together like, yes.
60 extra silver stacks for me!
Exactly. And she's like, yeah, but they're for your Ormen. He goes, oh, yeah, sure, of course,
Absolutely, of course they are.
And, so she's like, all right, whatever, and then they start talking or whatever, and then Sir Roderick comes up. They mention that Sir Roderick no longer has his mutton chops. Those are gone, because he kept puking over the side of the ship, and he kept getting puke in his mutton chops and his beard.
Because he doesn't like taking ships, so naturally Catelyn made him take a ship.
Yes. Absolutely.
And it wasn't because she couldn't ride a fucking horse, because she fucking rode a horse to White Harbor to take the fucking ship.
But no, so...
But let's get to that after the synopsis.
Yeah, we'll get to that after the synopsis, because I think she can't ride a horse. So...
She did ride a horse.
She did, but I don't think she can for as long as it would have taken. So, anyway, so they do that. He doesn't have his thing. They mention that she's gonna go get to Sir... What's his name? Sir Aaron? Or something like that?
Aaron Santagar.
The
Maester at Arms of the Red Keep.
Yes. So
another Aaron.
Yeah, so they're going to go to that guy. She's going to go there, get him under all cloak and dagger type shit.
Well, it's not his last name. His last name
Cloak and dagger.
Yeah.
His last name is Santagar. His first name is Aaron.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's like literally cloak and dagger because she's got the dagger that the
under
one guy
cloak.
had. Yeah. And
I see what you did there.
You're right? Thank you. So he's like, no, don't do it because you're still super recognizable. Someone's going to see you, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't have my mutton chops no more, so I'm going to go do it. It's fine.
The last person to see me without my beard was my mom, and she's been dead for 40 years.
Yeah. So...
Probably no one's... Which goes right back to my point. They could have rode right to the fucking king's party, and Sir Roderick could have walked right the fuck in, and nobody would have recognized him.
Yeah. All he would have had to do was shave off the mutton chops right before he got there.
Yeah.
So, and he would have been fine. So that whole thing happens, and then they finally start pulling into the dock and everything like that. And then Catelyn, being the not quite as stupid as we always complain that she is woman, goes and gives the silver stags to each oarman on her own. Like, she doesn't give them to the Tyroshi guy who was obviously going to keep them.
Yeah, that's just basic common sense.
Yeah, so she gives it to him because he was trying to convince her, like, hey, they're, like, they'll just waste it on, like, a night in a pleasure house or something stupid, so I'll hold on to it for them. Yeah, and Catelyn's like, listen, I don't give a fuck what they do with it after I give it to them. Yeah. Like, that's their problem.
And Sir Roderick's like, I can think of worse ways to spend an evening.
Right?
Winter is coming.
Yeah. throws the Stark words out there.
Yeah, gotta toss the Stark words out there. Winter is coming.
So he does that. And I think that this is part of the reason why because she thinks toward the end of the chapter, she thinks Moria sold her out, and I think that's part of the reason Moria probably did sell her out to Varys.
Because she didn't give him the silver?
Because she didn't give him the silver stags.
Are we certain that Moria sold her out?
No, I'm not certain.
No, she's assuming.
She thinks that he did.
Right, and her wild leaps of assumption generally turn out to be right for some fucking reason.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is, because she's an idiot. But she has good assumptions for some reason.
Then she's not completely an idiot, she's just a bitch.
She's just lucky.
I think she's just lucky. She's got some luck on her side, minus the fingers. So she goes through, and Littlefinger finds out that she's there before anybody else. Sir Roderick gets to the... No.
That's incorrect. Lord Varys found out first.
Oh, that's true.
Although...
Well, we didn't know Lord Varys first.
Littlefinger tells her that Varys found out from a little bird.
Yes, his little birds.
It doesn't say from his little birds. It says from a little bird.
I think that's just his... Well, I mean, because they all have little birds.
What's the sigil of Littlefinger's house?
Sigil?
A mockingbird.
A little bird.
It's a hummingbird.
It is a little bird. It's not a hummingbird.
It's bigger than a hummingbird, but it's still a little
mockingbird.
Mockingbirds are like the size of...
Are mockingbirds real, or are they just from...
No, it's a real bird.
Okay.
And that's a mockingjay.
I'm thinking
that's a mockingjay. Yeah. A mockingbird is a real bird, and it's like, I don't know.
And it just mocks things.
It's about this big.
Yeah, it's like a sparrow. It's like a sparrow or a swallow.
It's a little bigger than a sparrow. It's like between the size of a sparrow and a robin.
Okay, I was thinking mockingjay.
But it's still a little bird.
Yeah, it's a little bird.
So he says that a little bird told Varys. It never says one of Varys' little birds told him. It said a little bird told Varys.
But then it also says that he has a lot of little birds.
Yeah.
So
could Littlefinger be one of his little birds?
I mean, he very well fucking could be. I don't think he would be.
Littlefinger, why?
Because
if he can feed Varys, because he essentially Varys is his competition in the entire Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
If he could be feeding Varys information, like just enough truthful information, the false information that he feeds him, gets him to make the wrong moves, type of thing.
That does sound sort of like
after the synopsis.
Yeah, so we'll go through that after the synopsis. So we're getting there. Anyway.
Jesus Christ, people.
So, from our perception, Littlefinger finds out first that she's there because his men come to the inn that she goes to pick him up. And while she's there, she slept longer than she needed to. Blah, blah, blah. Because Catelyn's a bitch and she doesn't think she needs to sleep.
And I'll just point out that she was awoken by an unexpected knock on the door.
After the synopsis. Come on, people.
I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to point that out that it was.
You can point it out after the synopsis.
So
we're really bad at this. Let's go.
We're bad at interjecting our synopsi with things.
We're bad at synopsizing.
Yeah, we are bad at synopsizing.
Let's make it worse. Keep going.
So let's make it worse. So she gets taken by horseback to the keep, where they go in through a side door off to the far side of the castle. Like, they don't go in through like anything main and important that, she'd be more likely to be recognized from there too. She's also still all cloak and daggery with her hood all up and everything, trying to hide, even though she's been found out. Gets taken directly before Littlefinger, and Littlefinger's like, "Oh my god, Catelyn! Hey! Oh my god! Hi! How's it going? Hey! How you doing?"
It's been so long since we communicated by Raven 2 weeks ago.
After the fucking synopsis.
Nope. So he's trying to
Jesus Christ, people.
Listen, it's the 7 gods or the old gods, thank you. We are in a whole other world right now.
By the old gods and the new, I swear.
The others take you.
Oh, that's a good swear. That's all of them. But so he's there. He's trying to be all like, buddy, chummy with her, and she's just like cold face, like, but that he's a fuck you. Like, why am I here? Fuck your face. How dare you call me up like some serving wench? Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm all high and hoity-toity and
She's
bitchy.
putting on a good show.
Yeah. So she does that, and then she's like, how the hell did you know I was here? And then he says, oh, it wasn't me, it was Varys, blah, blah, blah. And then Varys comes in, and then she's all disgusted by Varys. Everyone in this world is disgusted by eunuchs, but she seems to be more so based on the fact that he's not only a eunuch, but that he's a lowborn and a eunuch.
Well, yeah, because she's a highborn bitch.
Yeah.
She's a Tully. She's just
a Tully.
Like daughter, like mother.
Yeah. So she's all disgusted by Varys every time Varys touches her, and like he's like looking at her hands like, oh, like I'll send some of the best like, you know, healers to come see you, and she says, fuck your healers. Maester Lewin already did whatever, and he's like, oh, well, send some healers to Bran. And she's like, fuck your healers. Maester Lewin's doing shit for Bran already. And it's like, bitch, you have some fantastic motherfucking physicians. You could literally have a working on your kid right now, well, or what would be the equivalent of a neurosurgeon on your kid right now, and you're like, fuck it, I got a general practice.
Right.
Like, fuck you.
Not even that. I got a retired RN.
Yeah.
Up there.
Yeah. And not even like a nurse practitioner. Like
just an RN.
An RN. Like can't even prescribe medications, can't do whatever. Like we're not bashing on RNs. Like we're all medical personnel here.
Got a CNA up there, huh?
What? Well, there's
we're not all medical professionals.
Well, yeah, Maester Ironwood's not a medical person.
No, but you could do the lowest of the low, which is CNA.
You're at the bottom of the totem pole.
Aren't I? Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm higher in the totem pole than you, and I don't even work with people.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's orderlies.
You still make more money than I do, though.
I'm what they consider an orderly.
Oh, that sucks for you.
Yeah. She's technically an orderly.
The only thing lower than me is housekeeping.
There's the janitors.
They get paid more than I do.
Yeah, I say you get.
They're master of custodial arts. I mean,
it's true. Master of custodial arts and some training.
What?
They're masters of the custodial arts.
Yeah.
Or janitors, if you want to be a dick about it.
That's why they're called custodial engineers.
It's from.
It's so they're not insulted.
Yeah, it makes the job sound less demeaning.
It's from Half
which
Baked.
is true. I mean, it's not a demeaning job, but the name, like, I feel like janitor is a demeaning title.
It's from Half Baked, where Dave Chappelle goes, I myself am a master of the custodial arts. Or a janitor, if you want to be a dick about it.
Yeah.
Synopsis.
But yeah, anyway, so back to my metaphor here. So this poor kid's being taken care of by, I wouldn't even call him Lewin someone of a medical professional. Like, so he's basically being taken care of by a mortician. And,
a gray rat.
Yeah, a gray rat in a cloak that has, like, really, like, he's got medical knowledge but no medical practice, which is blah. I'm just hearing who's watched the entire House series and then thinks they're a doctor.
That'd be me.
You too, unfortunately. But anyway, we have medical degrees.
That's true.
So she gets all mad about it. She's like, no, fuck your face. And then they start talking about some shit, and they're like, well, why are you here? And then Catelyn's like, blah, 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 I'm just here to see my husband. And then they're like, well, he's not even fucking here yet, so stop lying to us, you dumb bitch. And then she's like, all right, well, fine. So then she, like, pulls out the dagger and, like, tosses it on a table. Like, bitch, you got a dagger and you're just throwing it at people now. And so Varys, like a jackass, picks it up and runs his finger over the blade and then screams like a little girl because he can go like a little girl at one point, too.
He has very soft hands.
He does have very soft hands because he doesn't do anything with them except keep them in his
keeps them nice and warm.
Keeps them nice and warm in his sleeves.
And they're covered in powder.
He's a merman, of course he has soft
hands. Yeah.
A merman?
Yeah, he's a merman. He's pretty much a merman.
There's a tinfoil theory that he's a mermaid.
Oh.
Why? Because we never see his feet?
True.
Like he's purple velvet slippers?
Yeah, it could be over fins.
Synopsis.
Maybe the velvet slippers are fins because they're pointed. Fins are pointed.
Saying.
Fins are pointed. So, you just keep saying synopsis, you're done with our shit.
I'm so done with your shit.
So, where was I just at? Oh, so he screams like a little girl after cutting himself on the blade and starts sucking on his thumb. And then Littlefinger, like, picks it up and he's, like, doing some fucking, like, knife tricks with it, like, flipping it around.
Like he's handled it before.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's handled it before. Picks it up, tosses it with one hand, catches it with the other, picks it up by the blade and chucks it across the room and, like, gets it dagger first into the wall, as it, like, wibbles back and forth from the impact. And he's like, I know who owns this. It's mine. I don't know where that voice came from. Until... So then he goes, it was mine. And then she's like, well, how the fuck? And then my favorite line comes up that I have highlighted here. Peter had not been at Winterfell.
Why?
Because she doesn't fucking know. She was in a goddamn sick room for 2 goddamn weeks, and he could have been there that whole time.
But he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't there. But I'm just saying, she wouldn't fucking know. She didn't know there was a guy living in the stable for 2 fucking weeks waiting to kill Bran.
Nobody knew.
Hodor knew.
Littlefinger's on the small council. If he had made a trip to Winterfell, it would have been known. It is known.
It is. Is it known? It is known.
It is known.
It is known. Now we're Dothraki over here. So, anyway, so that was my favorite line of the title. Peter had not been at Winterfell, but you don't fucking know. And then
she knows everything, apparently.
She just has good guesses. She's good guesswork. And she's like, all right, whatever, then how the hell is it, like, well, and if it's yours, then how did it get there? And he goes, well, it was mine. Never mind. I misspoke. It's not mine now. It used to be. And I lost it to somebody because I was gambling, and the queen lost an emerald, and so-and-so lost this. And she goes, stop fucking telling me who lost what, and who the fuck got the dagger. And he's like, oh, that's what you want to know. Tyrion Lannister. Bombshell.
End of chapter.
End of chapter. End of synopsi.
I'm sorry.
I don't know why I just said the plural of it, though, too. End of synopsis.
I'll stop touching it. Leave it alone.
She's playing with her lighter. Stop being a pyro. That's my job.
Pyromancers.
The only thing I've ever caught on fire
love to be a pyromancer.
was my porch.
And the oven.
Not the same way.
I caught oven on fire. Yeah, so that beep sound is a friend of ours.
Okay, so who has something that they want to go over from this Catelyn chapter? Who wants to get us started?
I have a whole bunch of things written down here.
A whole bunch of things.
But that does not shock me at all.
Now, how much of it is weather-related?
Let me look. I have to count them.
Why? You have something weather-related?
No, just because she's all about
I'm obsessed with the weather.
The whole thing is Catelyn.
I do have one thing about the weather.
Catelyn wants a suntan.
Now that you've said that.
Oh no, she's
I
rubbing
don't
off on
actually
you.
have it. I don't actually have a weather.
She's
Oh
not
my god! So she has no weather things, and you're picking up the slack.
I have
to discuss
I'm so proud of you.
The weather spiracies of A Song of Ice and Fire.
No, it's not a conspiracy. It's just she mentioned a storm outside Dragonstone. I'm wondering if it's the storm Bran saw in his fall.
Very well could be. Probably.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for picking up my weather slack. I was too tired last night while I was reading to be able to pick up my weather slack.
Now that we have successfully discussed the weather.
I'm an old person at heart, and I love the weather, okay? I will sit there and watch the Weather Channel all day.
Why?
I don't know.
Wow.
I just need to know.
You need a life.
My dad and I bond over the weather. No, I hate Sudoku. I'm bad with numbers.
I love Sudoku.
I do, however, do the crossword puzzle.
Well, crosswords are fine. Crosswords are fine. I mean, that's normal.
That just makes her look older.
I've been doing the crosswords since I was
You're 10 years older than
13.
both of us. The point is, sitting watching the Weather Channel doing crossword puzzles, she needs a room in a nursing home.
I really do.
Yeah.
Does your place have an opening?
We have plenty on rehab.
Yay. Maybe I'll just break my hip.
Now that we've discussed the weather,
all right.
What else do we need to discuss?
I want to know why their hair is so fucking weird.
Because they like bright colors.
Yeah, but
listen, I'm Tyroshi apparently.
I see that, but
I match this
How
guy.
do they dye their hair those colors?
There's all sorts of ways. I mean, original dyes were like from like flowers or things like that.
Yeah, but if they're dark, then they have to bleach their hair first.
Yeah. Where's the places that where would Tyroshi be in the aspect of a lemon tree? Because you can use lemon in your hair, because that's what your younger sister used to do.
Yeah.
She would put lemon in her hair to bleach it naturally with the sun. So they could be doing that from the time that they're children. They
My
could
youngest
bleach,
sister?
Yeah, the youngest.
Okay.
Yeah. So they could be using like lemon in their hair from the time that they're really, really young to keep it.
Daenerys could probably tell them where there's a lemon tree.
Well, that's the thing. She doesn't know.
She just knows that it was there.
She thinks that it was Bravos.
But
Bravos is too far north.
But Bravos can't have lemon trees.
Yeah.
Bravos is like as far north as the fingers, like the Vale.
Yeah.
So Bravos can't have lemon
That's
trees,
true.
but she thinks that she grew up in Bravos.
She probably didn't.
But she remembers a lemon tree, which means she couldn't have grown up in Bravos.
Right.
I mean, even we're reminded once again in Arya's Mercy chapter that was pre-released from Winds of Winter that Bravos is too cold to have fruit trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the first information you're told about Bravos in her chapter from Dany's chapter is wrong.
Right.
Yes. So Dany's childhood was a lie.
Ooh.
That doesn't.
At least her marriage isn't a lie. I mean, it's a sham, but it's not a lie.
Anyways,
It's also over.
back to Catelyn. We really don't want to discuss Catelyn.
No, we don't. We never do.
You got notes. What do you want to discuss? You obviously wanted to discuss some stuff.
All right, so I wanted to talk about the greedy Tyroshi fucker that wanted to steal all the Ormond's money.
Mario.
Like, that's my first thing. Yeah, that he's going to take advantage of the Ormond's money on the second time that he appears, which is when they get to the port, that he's like wringing his greasy hands, waiting for the money to be handed over by Catelyn, and she's like,
the 60 extra silver stags you promised for the Ormond.
Yeah, he literally reminds her about it
for their wives and children.
Yeah, to the point, like, if someone offers to do like a something nice like that, you generally don't remind them to do something that they offered that was nice.
Yeah, exactly.
And
then they're like, no.
Because then it makes it seem less like something that they're doing nice and more like an obligation.
Well, now how about this? Okay, so she gives all the Ormond a silver stag.
Yeah.
And then the two poor kids who have to schlep all of her shit
all
the way up the fucking hill get a copper.
Yeah.
Maybe because the Ormond had been doing it for days and the copper kid only did it for a couple miles. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
She's got enough silver stags.
She could have.
She
had 70.
Stag.
She had 70.
Minimum.
Because that's what Bran's life was worth.
Well, I'm sure she had more than that.
No, I know, but I'm saying, but she at least has 70 that we know of because that's what Bran's life was worth.
I thought they were gold dragons.
No.
They were silver stags.
They were, Bran's life was 70 silver stags.
Okay.
But, yeah. I think she had enough she could have given them kids.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Two more silver stags instead of a copper.
Oh, yeah. She's just being a stingy bitch.
I mean, she paid a gold for the room.
Yes.
So
why did she decide to write a ship down instead of...
So why is it why is it only a copper, a silver stag, and then a gold dragon? I want to know about the money.
There's different coins
that are embalmed.
So but why isn't it like, I don't know, a wolf copper or a copper wolf or something?
There's no, that's probably just...
It's just like a penny.
I know, but I'm saying, like, but why is this?
I want to know why this
picture
because it's not worth it. I mean, it's like our penny. It costs 11 cents to make a penny.
It does.
It's like stupid.
Yeah.
So.
But no, because I'm just wondering, like, why isn't it like a gold? Like, now that the monarchy has changed, I could want to say patriarchy, and it was quasi right, but not there. Yeah, but now that the government has changed and the monarch has changed, why are they still gold dragons? Like, why aren't they gold stags and like silver lions or something?
Because
stupid?
They were already in circulation.
Yeah, because then you'd have to like collect all the fucking coins and like remint everything.
Yeah. Taxation.
It would be cost prohibitive to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Since Robert can't manage the finances as it is,
he can't count coppers anyway.
He doesn't even realize that it's still dragons on the gold anyway.
Yeah, he doesn't
want to count coppers.
He doesn't want.
I mean, if I was a king, I wouldn't want to count coppers.
I want to know how many silvers are
in
in gold and how many coppers are in a silver.
I do want to know that too.
I guess we can look up exchange rates and see if we can figure it out. We'll spend an entire show to do that. I think.
Can I just see if I can Google it real fast?
No.
Can I still just Google it real fast anyway?
No.
Okay.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
All right.
I don't think we need... Yeah, you're moving from weather conspiracies to now we got to do...
Money conspiracies.
Money interchange conspiracies.
We got to do currency conspiracies because currency conspiracy sounds cooler.
Sure.
Sure does. Tell you what, there is one currency conspiracy we can cover, and that's Littlefinger's currency conspiracy.
That I think he's embezzling from the capital?
Of bankrupting the realm on purpose.
Yeah, I think he did that to take away the power from the Baratheons and put it toward the Lannisters, so then that way he could take advantage of the Lannisters.
Well, that wouldn't shock me at all.
I think he just put the realm into chaos. Because chaos is a ladder.
Chaos is a ladder.
And he knows the rungs of it very well. He is the master of coin.
He is the master of coin. Who was so good at collecting extra money in the Vale that's how he got the job at King's Landing. And then all of a sudden, he can't manage the books to the point where now
there are 3 million
the realm is bankrupt.
But it's also, I mean, he also, I think explicitly, I mean, not as so far in the book, but in the show, he explicitly says that it's because of Robert being unable to understand that the way that he wants to throw parties is expensive as fuck.
Yeah, I think it's more because Littlefinger's embezzling a fuck ton of money.
Oh, I'm sure probably
because
he was
Robert.
He's a porn star.
Robert doesn't pay attention to.
He's not a porn star, but he runs a brothel.
He doesn't really pay attention to the parties.
that's not where I was going. I was saying he was poor, and all of a sudden he owns brothels everywhere.
Yeah.
He wasn't poor when he was in the Vale, was he?
Yeah.
He was just a poor, like, his spot in the, like, on the smallest of the fingers.
He was the fifth
hence
brother.
Hence why he's called Littlefinger. I mean,
he was a tiny little.
He was the fifth son.
Yeah, what's up with all the fifth sons in this book series? The number 4 happens all the time, and fifth son happens all the time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's happened twice.
Has it happened twice? I think it's been more than that.
Twice. Waymar Royce.
Rickon.
Rickon's not the fifth son.
Yeah, but they don't go around like referring to Rickon as the fifth son.
Yeah, I know, but
he's the fifth child.
He's also the fourth son.
The fourth son, fifth child.
Well, he's Ned's fifth son.
No, there's John.
How many brothers do you think
Ned,
Rickon has?
John, Rob,
Bran.
Oh, okay, never mind. I don't know.
Our next episode is going to be a basics of counting, not accounting, counting.
Yeah, and we're going to be led by the Count from Sesame Street.
Well, if you obviously didn't pay attention to him when you were younger, why would you now?
Because I find him more entertaining now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like him more now.
Okay.
Did you know I found a book about...
I did not know.
Listen, I found a book about vampires, and one of the ways to distract a vampire is to throw something at them, not to hit them, but so they have to stop and compulsively count whatever it is that you threw. So they say to throw salt because they're tiny and it's a lot of them.
Really?
Yeah.
They have to compulsively count them?
Yes.
Where the fuck did you hear that?
I don't. It was a book that I had that was a pop-up book of vampires.
Okay, so in order to
learn how to count,
distract the non-existent vampires.
Can you imagine Sam and Dean throwing salt and watching the vampires just
sit there
stop
and
count them?
And then wait till they get to it and be like, wow, they really do count all of them. Shit, we should have ran!
Yeah.
I don't actually watch Supernatural, I just know what the show is. It's true. Alright, so the second thing I wanted to talk about...
Hey, Sarah, are you okay over there?
I am fine.
Okay, so here's the second thing I was going to talk about, and I brought this up in the last, I think it was the last cat chapter, is the one where she cut her fingers cut off, right?
Lay it on me, yep.
Yeah, so I knew she wasn't going to be able to use her fingers, and I know that I mentioned it during the podcast that if they were able to see the bone, or if it was cut down almost to the bone, that she would have lost her tendons too. They would have cut the tendons.
Yep.
And then it does say in here that she cannot use whatsoever the last 2 digits on her one hand.
They're contracted.
That they're contracted. She can't use... No, they wouldn't be contracted. They would just kind of be stiff because she wouldn't be able to move the muscles and the digits.
That's a contracture.
Yeah, but they would just be stuck in whatever position she would put them in because she doesn't have anything that would do it. They'd actually be stuck like this because if she cut these ones, she wouldn't be able to contract them. So they'd be stuck like this. They'd be stuck straight out because the tendons in the back will start shrinking because it has nothing on the front to pull, to counteract it. But anyway, so she's got those 2 fingers she can't move on. I think it's the left hand is the one that she can't move, or the 2 fingers. And then her right hand, she can't move any of the 4.
She can move them, they just can't,
they're not very dexterous.
They're not dexterous. So yeah, so it means that she can move them like this.
Yeah, she wrap around them, she can't grab.
Yeah, but I think I think she'd be able to move them like this. I think she'd be more like this. Like she'd have to go like this because if she cut through here, she wouldn't be able to pull the tips down.
You say through here, you have to say where you're pointing to because
so through here is
not so much here,
the middle digit,
here, but really here.
Yeah, just so you guys, just so that the listeners don't know what I'm talking about, of course. So, but the middle parts over here, like how the pinky, like the top of the pinky, and then across that way would be where she lost it. So she'd be able to pull
between the first and second knuckle.
As you're still not explaining this at all whatsoever to anybody who can't fucking see.
I'm really bad at explaining things to people that can't see things. I'm a very visual person, so being able to explain things in a not visual way is
between the first and second knuckle.
Yeah, so between the first and second knuckle on that hand, which would make it like when you ride a horse, you hold the reins with these 3 fingers, the index, middle, and ring fingers, and the reins stay outside of your pinky and outside of your, and your thumb still on top of the rein.
Yeah.
The way that you hold the reins, she really wouldn't be able to hold reins very well. She could probably hold them, if she used both hands, or she can hold them with the 2 fingers on her left hand that still work really well and normally. Right. But with how painful her hand is, because it just happened a couple days ago when they're riding to the west, because her wounds are only 4 days old at that point. having a horse that's like pulling its head forward, because they do that a lot, where they'll pull on the reins and pull their head forward. Yeah. Having the reins rip through your fingers like that is super fucking painful, and they do constantly like pull on your knuckles like that. Yeah. So I think she can physically ride the horse, and she probably has a good seat.
Just not at fast speeds.
Yeah. She wouldn't be able to hold on for a gallop, because she also still wouldn't be able, with how her hands are fucked up, she wouldn't be able to grab mane and hold on to the mane if the horse is going to gallop.
And yet she rode the horse.
She probably did. They probably went at
she had to have.
She probably went at I would assume that they trotted the whole way there. They made it there in a timely fashion, so they probably didn't stop. But they probably didn't push the horse.
Didn't stop. Do you realize how long of a ride it is from?
Well, yeah, no, I know.
Winterfell to the White Knight.
Yes.
No, I think
I misspoke.
Exactly.
No, I think I misspoke.
Like you're talking a minimum of 1 to 2 weeks.
Really?
Like a
that
week.
I was thinking like a couple days.
Like a week from Winterfell to White Harbor.
Oh, I didn't think it was that long.
Yeah.
So they probably stopped very infrequently then, and I don't think they pushed the horses that hard, because
they stopped every night.
I don't even think they would have stopped every night.
I think they would have stopped every night.
They're not riding through the nights. She's not riding for like 64 straight hours and then resting. They're stopping every night. Even Benjen going back to the wall stops every night.
Well, yeah, but they're also, they've got like a less imperative time frame. I think I'm sure they probably stopped every night, but it was probably only for a couple hours. Like, she probably only took naps because she can't sleep very long, as she keeps stating.
We're not discussing the timeline. We're discussing her ability to ride a horse.
But the timeline is part of her ability to ride a horse.
Which she obviously can, because she did.
Which I think the reason how she could have been able to.
Because a lot of it is seat. Yeah. Like, if she had a horse that had a good seat, or that if she had a good seat, like, which means, first of all, she probably wasn't riding side saddle at this point either. Yeah. She was probably riding normally. And then, so she had a good seat, and if she had a horse that she can control with leg pressure as opposed to reins, then she was probably doing that.
Probably got like her own personal horse.
I know, but she might. But if her horse is more like, because there's different horses and they all respond differently.
I would imagine that she probably has like a personal horse that she's had for years. That is properly trained for her to control whoever she wants.
Yeah, but if her whole life she's been riding with a lot of rein control and just using the sides,
that's a detail we'll never know.
And what if she hasn't?
Yeah.
So
I know what I'm saying. That's why
she obviously can ride a horse. She can ride a horse well enough speed to get to White Harbor to a boat in a timely fashion.
And get to King's
so obviously riding a horse wasn't the problem. She could have rode the horse down to
But it was still probably incredibly painful. So getting on the boat was the reason she rode to White Harbor instead of riding down to Ned. Although I think it was the same distance at that point, wasn't it?
Well, no, it would have been further to get to Ned.
She decided to use White Harbor because then it would be less conspicuous when she came into town. Yes.
Yeah. I'm still going to maintain that the best option would have been to ride down to Ned and have Sir Roderick set up a meeting.
I think that would have been the best option too. I'm just saying, like, I don't think she would have been able to ride a horse to King's Landing.
Well, she wanted to avoid the Lannisters.
She didn't have to ride over to King's Landing. She only had to ride to where the party was, which is like in the by the Trident.
Right, but she didn't
have to ride a horse at all, and she could have just sent Roderick down to Ned by himself and brought Ned back.
Right, but she wasn't going to go where the Lannisters were to accuse them of doing it.
Which is why she would send Roderick down there to get Ned and have Ned come back.
She absolutely could have, yes.
Been like, hey, fucking emergency, have the party wait for a while.
So then why did she decide to
go herself? Because she's a fucking idiot and she wants to make everything really dramatic. And she wants to be in pain so people feel bad for her.
Widow tells us she wants a suntan.
What's suntan? She wants to get the fuck out of the north. Because it's cold and winter is coming.
Okay, I know Maester's got a really good eye roll game. Mine's just starting.
I'm going to be working those muscles for you real well. I'll be like your personal trainer for the eye roll.
All right.
But yeah, no, so that's my thing. Like, I think she could ride a horse for sure. I don't think she would have been able to ride a horse for, like, I think by the end of the ride that it took to get to White Harbor, if it took a week, then she was massively suffering without having the exact right horse that is leg control only.
That's probably one of the reasons
why. How do you know she didn't have such a horse?
Bad now.
I don't know that she had such a horse, but most horses aren't trained that way. And that's like, it's like a numbers.
I am sure though that the horses in Winterfell are trained differently than the horses you know.
What's the word I'm thinking of?
Well, I don't know, but all I'm saying is obviously she could ride the horse.
It's not impossible. The probability.
Well, all I'm saying is she could obviously ride the horse.
She could ride the horse, but I'm saying the probability of her having a horse that's solely leg controlled is
not even worried about that.
Skim.
She obviously can ride the horse.
Slim?
Problem solved.
Maybe.
Like,
I don't know. What did I say?
Skim.
Oh, no. Skim milk
Slim.
has no fat. Skim.
Anyway, she obviously can ride the horse, so obviously that's not a problem.
No,
it's a big issue for me.
The issue.
But it doesn't appear to be for her.
I think it is for
No,
her.
the real issue is why
She just rode the fucking horse like for a week down to fucking White Harbor.
But we also skipped the part by going through another point of view. We skipped the part of her riding, so we don't know anything about her riding or how she was doing during the riding.
She made it to her location.
Yeah, she got there.
So
obviously she could ride the horse.
Issue with this is why the fuck did she go this way instead of going the other way?
Because there's less horse riding in that way than the other way.
Except her excuse is that she wanted to avoid the party completely.
Yeah.
Which is really stupid because that's where her husband is.
And there's still horse riding if she were to go the other way, and she still have to avoid the people.
She already did the horse riding either way.
Yeah.
Either way, she would have had to ride a horse.
Stop with the horse. Stop with the horse riding is the problem. She fucking rides a horse either way. That's obviously not the problem.
If she can ride,
it's still a contributing factor.
Yeah. We're going to disagree with you. You're giving Maester an aneurysm over here.
This is why we need videos for moments like that.
For when I try to pull the scanners make your head explode. It doesn't fucking work.
Exactly.
Okay, Sheldon. We're just going to disagree with you there.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm saying.
Anyway, she might have also taken the boat just for the simple fact that Sir Roderick doesn't like boats.
I don't think she was doing it to be an ass to Sir Roderick.
No, I think she was, because she's a spiteful bitch. She's a spiteful bitch, and I think she.
I thought she liked Sir Roderick, or is he?
He's okay.
House Stark, so
he's been okay to the family, but I mean, he's House Stark, and she's a Tully,
and she's just a Tully, and she's an awful person. So she would obviously.
So you guys think she took the boat just to be an ass?
Yes.
I wouldn't put it past her.
If anyone just heard a giant thunk sound, that was my boot. I'm sorry.
All right, what else you got there besides weather and horses?
That's everything that I love.
Okay, so she's done talking.
No, I'm not. I've got plenty more.
Well, then.
My one thing is that you were saying before that she wanted to go to King's Landing not because she wanted to warn Ned, but because she wanted to go chitty chitty bang bang with Littlefinger.
I had a theory that it's possible.
I think that's bullshit with the way she reacted when she saw him.
I do too.
I do not think she
the entire chapter. All I got was malicious contempt. No,
I read it like half malicious contempt and half like.
I don't read it as foreplay, so.
Well, but then there's like it's like every other sentence, right? So it's like
I don't even see angry hate sex there.
It's like one sentence is something she doesn't like about him, and the next is remembering like how great he was to her when they were kids.
I do not.
Yeah, but then she's
it goes like every other sentence with her.
But then she also is the one that had him sent away. I don't know. I think
she didn't have him sent away.
Yes, she did.
Her dad did.
Her dad sent him away
because
he fucked
sent
Eliza and got her pregnant.
I thought it was because he got into
That's
the battle.
not what it says in the chapter.
That's not what it says.
Well, not in this. That's because Kevin doesn't know shit.
In the chapter, he was sent away because he fought Brandon and lost.
Right.
And dishonored him or whatever.
Yeah, so that's why he was sent away.
And then when he was in his sick bed healing up from getting cut by Brandon, Liza banged him and got pregnant.
Well, then he didn't bang Liza. Liza banged him. She's fucking crazy.
She banged a 15-year-old and got pregnant with Robin?
Well, no, not Robin.
She was banged
Robert.
Or yeah. Okay, so who did she get pregnant with?
A baby that was never born.
Miscarriage or abortion? Where did you get this information?
Oh, it's later on.
In the books?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
I can't wait to read that.
See, Catelyn doesn't know shit about shit. Remember, Catelyn thinks that Ned married her as custom decrees. But in an annotation for the books, Ned doesn't marry her out of custom. Ned has to, like, Lord Tully has Lord Tully, Lord Hoster Tully, has to negotiate with Ned and basically force Ned to marry Catelyn in order for Hoster Tully's armies to join Ned's in helping save Robert at the Battle of the Bells.
Right.
So Catelyn thinks that Ned married her out of custom, but that's not what it was. Ned was basically
had to be
forced.
Convinced.
Ned basically was forced into marrying her.
Gotcha.
So she doesn't know shit about shit.
And she thinks she does.
Right.
All right.
So she thinks that
she's Cersei.
So she just thinks that Littlefinger was kicked out because of the duel, but that's not what it was. He banged Liza.
All right. How old was Liza?
She's Kat's younger sister.
Okay, how old was Liza?
I don't know.
Because Kat's 2 years older than Littlefinger.
They're Irish twins?
It's Kat, Liza, and Edmund.
Okay.
So so Kat and Liza are Irish twins? I love Irish people.
Well, don't be offensive.
I can be offensive. I'm
Leave
offensive to Puerto Rican people too.
Alone.
I'm very offensive to Puerto Rican people.
So that's why Liza why Littlefinger really left.
To clarify, she's offensive to Puerto Rican people because she's Puerto Rican.
I said that. I said I'm Puerto Rican and I'm offensive to them too.
Anyway.
Okay, so, I don't know. I still get nothing but malicious contempt. Like, I see, like, fond memories, but that she still absolutely fucking hates him.
I do not get that she absolutely hates him.
I do. I get that she hates this. Maybe it's because I'm a woman and you're a guy and you're like, oh.
I get that she doesn't seem
I don't see any sexual tension in this.
I don't see any sexual tension either. She's very good at putting on a front.
I mean, if I see some more interaction of them and I see anything change... I think her
throwing the blade was a bit much, but I don't think that meant anything.
No, I see sexual tension on his half, though.
Well, yeah, the guys wanted to bang her for years.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I see sexual tension on his half. On hers, I just see, like, pure contempt and malice and that she wants to kill the guy if she could. Same thing with Varys.
Well, she's also in a shit mood right now.
Yeah. So I'll wait until her next chapter when we see him again. Probably. Maybe.
There was one thing I was confused by. It was her description of the city.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that, the synopsis.
Good description of the city.
Yeah.
It says, 300 years ago, those heights had been covered with forest, and only a handful of fisher folk had lived on the north side of the Blackwater Rush.
That was before Aegon the Conqueror came.
Yes, right? It was 300 years ago.
Yeah.
However, not 2 paragraphs down, when it's talking about the dragon pit, it is a huge dome that has collapsed into ruins and has been closed for a century.
A century is only 100 years.
Okay. I was thinking 1,000.
No.
It was also
that's a millennium.
It was also 4:00 in the morning when I read this.
Right. Okay, that's fair.
All right.
1,000's a millennium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was confused.
But yes, there was nothing there. That's why it's where Aegon first came ashore from Dragonstone. Yes. That's why it's called King's Landing.
Yes.
It's where Aegon landed.
Okay. So, excuse my dumb math. 4 a.m. reading is bad.
All right, so then my next thing is actually about the thing we've already been talking about, is that she has an icy response. She ignores the hell out of him. Like, she doesn't want to be... She refuses to appear formal with Littlefinger. Like, she hates him. Like, I get...
You get hate?
Yes. I get, like...
I think she loathes him.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, not a few chapters from now, she's convincing Ned that he's like a brother to her, and that they need to work with him and trust him.
Because she's an idiot.
Well, we're not there right now.
Oh, I know we're not there right now, but I'm just saying.
So you can't try and get us to change our opinions now based on something that we haven't read yet.
Okay.
So we can get to that.
Be prepared.
Be prepared for that. I'll prepare for that, and when I see that, I'll get there.
I am okay with changing my thoughts process when I have more information. Stop it. All right, until I get the information through the books I'm reading, this is where I'm at.
Yeah, I totally... I mean, she might warm up to him a little bit, but at this point, she's...
A little bit. She says he's like a brother to her.
Not in this chapter.
Not in this chapter, no, but
yeah.
In the same series of conversations.
Yeah. So, but I think...
So she's bipolar.
She could be. She very fucking well could be.
Why is that so funny?
Because
I just find it amusing.
I don't know, but she hates the shit out of him right now. She has some vague fond memories of him before, but it's like she's stuck on this thing, like there's something that he did to scorn her and she won't let it go right now. And part of it's probably because he called her up like a serving wench.
She could be embarrassed because he
wants to bang the shit out of her and she wants nothing to do with it.
Would you like me to finish my sentence?
No, I want to guess it though.
All right, go ahead.
Is it what he said? Because he outplayed her? And it's not because he wants to bang her, but she doesn't want to bang him? I'm out of guesses. Those are my only two.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Proceed.
I think she's embarrassed because he embarrassed himself fighting for her when he was younger.
I don't get that. I think
even if she didn't like him, even if she felt pity for him.
Yeah, I think she feels pity for him. I don't think she's embarrassed for him. I think she just kind of like looks down on him, like you were my father's.
She definitely does look down on him because how could a boy so low get so high?
Yeah,
into the council.
Yeah,
she doesn't say that. Like, how does a boy? She goes, I always knew he would rise high.
Yeah, she did. She said that.
She doesn't say, how does a boy so low grow so high? Like, she looks at him with admiration. Like, I always knew he would rise high, all the way to the king's council. I mean, she's not, like, looking at him with loathing. She may be acting icy to him, like, outwardly, but her internal thoughts to him are, like, of admiration for the things that he's accomplished.
It could just be
for the way that he treated her when they were younger, and he was always there for her when she needed him.
So why does she say one thing and think another?
Because she's mad at him for calling her up like a serving wench?
No, I mean in general, like...
You have never thought one thing and told someone the opposite of that?
I mean, I generally don't.
It's called being two-faced. I mean, it's extremely common.
It's human.
It's human, exactly.
It's human. I mean, we have to do it at work all the time.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't even really do that at work. Although I like all my coworkers at this point, so there's that.
Everyone at work likes to think that.
No, you do too. You put on your customer service face.
Yeah, my customer service voice is completely different from my...
Oh, that's right. Well, no, because, all right, so yeah, I was thinking, like, to coworkers, like, solely, but no, like, when it comes to clientele, like, when people say some stupid shit.
Yeah, and you think in your head, you're a fucking moron, and you say, oh, you're probably right. Yeah, we didn't think of that. We'll check it. Don't worry.
There's a reason why we have the running joke in my thing that fleas and ticks are very respectful of the fence you have put up in your yard. Because we asked, do you have flea and tick prevention? Oh, no, they only stay in our yard. Yeah, sure. Because fleas and ticks are going to stay right the fuck out of your yard because you said so.
That's too funny.
Yeah. And that's exactly what we say in the back, too.
But yeah, so I mean, like I said, yes, she acts cold outwardly, but she always acts cold outwardly.
Is it because she's a cold fish?
But her internal thoughts of him seem to be rather positive. Like what she's thinking internally about how she always knew he would rise high.
I feel like she's mad at him for something, like not just the specific thing.
I think she's initially mad because he
left.
Well, he sent guards to come fucking get her and drag her to the castle.
Yeah, but I think it feels like it's more than
she's
that.
In a shit mood.
I feel like it's more than that.
Like she was woken out of her sleep, but outwardly, yeah, she's cool, but inwardly, her thoughts are positive.
That was not me this morning when you woke me up, Maester.
No. Your thoughts and your outwardly were negative, I'm sure. I'm just saying, I mean, some of the sentences seem almost like admiration. I always knew he would rise so high.
That and
that's like looking out like Hercules.
I also see your thing too, where she trusts Littlefinger more than she does Varys, and Varys is much more trustworthy than Littlefinger.
Right. And so when Varys is in the room, she's going to be instantly on her guard.
It was even before that though that she was on.
Right, but she was also also on her. She was mad because he dragged her. She was sleeping,
and she made him and he made her ride horses some more. That face.
Oh, she said that at least he brought a horse, and that was good because that way she could ride to the castle instead of having to walk or ride on somebody else's horse.
That's fair.
Said she wanted to ride the fucking horse.
I don't think she wanted to.
Give up the horse!
No. I will never give up the horse.
You need to accept a loser when you find it.
It takes me a while to admit I'm wrong.
I don't get the serious negative thought process that you've associated with her to Littlefinger. It's just not there. Her thought process for him is much more positive.
I
might have to read it.
I just think
again and look at that because it didn't see it other than the fact that she trusts him.
She shouldn't trust him.
Well, okay, if she's
that, and when when Varys was talking about, and that's the other thing too is the sentence that I'm looking at right now is that it's when Varys is in the room and he's talking about Bran. And it's not that she wouldn't let Varys see her grief. It's that she wouldn't let them, either of them. She didn't want
She doesn't want anybody to see her grief. Remember, she wants to be strong with the Holly.
Hollies are not strong.
According to her, they are.
No. They're family duty honor. They're not strong. They're just idiots.
But in their minds, they're strong because of...
Putting periods in your slogan does not make you strong.
So, to you, no, but to them, they're strong. We'll leave the Catelyn Littlefinger
love fest.
So, I want to say, I think it's kind of hilarious. I didn't write this one down, but I have it highlighted. I love that Varys brings up that, that we both do love King Robert. And she's just like, yes, of course I do. Like...
For a certainty.
Yeah, for a certainty, but like the way she was forced to say it, it's just like
she had to agree, otherwise.
Yeah, because you can't
say no.
Diss the king or say that you don't.
A lady of one of the big houses and say you don't like the king.
Yeah, you can't.
Right
be
now,
the
she's probably mad at the king because he took Ned away.
She is.
Oh, no doubt.
But I don't think she ever liked him anyway.
She's the one who told Ned to go.
Yeah.
Before she told Ned not to go.
But she didn't tell Ned to go. Be like, hey, go with your fishing buddy. You'll be fine. Like she was like, no, go find out who the fuck did this to my kid.
Yeah.
But like.
And then doesn't give him a chance to do that.
Yeah, and then doesn't give him a chance to. But like. It's just, I think it's hilarious how, like, she is not just the wife of a lord who is, like, serving the king, but is the wife of the best friend brother of the king and hand of the king. So, like, he's not only, like, they grew up together, they're closer than his actual brothers, and she's just like, yeah, I love the guy.
Well, every guy has that friend his wife doesn't
like. That's pretty true too. Yeah. Yeah. He's usually a douche though.
And it's usually a friend they haven't seen in years.
Yeah.
Like from college.
Yeah. That she's like, I hated him in college and I hate him now.
Alright, so then she whips out the dagger, chucks it into Littlefinger's face.
Pretty much. That would have been nice if she did that, like, legit though. She doesn't have that kind of dexterity right now, though.
No, the only thing she can do is drop it with a clang.
Yeah, and says, "This is the knife that was used to try to kill my son."
Yep.
Blah blah blah. Littlefinger's like, "Oh, funny enough, it's my knife.
It's my knife." Well, I like how Viserys is like trying to like.
Viserys is over in Essos with his sister.
Varys.
Yes, he is. Varys. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Viserys. Why Varys is. Where is it?
This is why the TV show changed everybody's names for people like you who have a
I know that I can't pronounce them. Oh, I know who they are. I just can't pronounce them.
You can pronounce them. You just get them screwed up.
I do.
This is why there's no Asha and Asha.
Listen.
My grandmother requested a medication for her cat the other day, and instead of telling her it was $42.80, I told her it was $48.60.
It's not even close.
I know, and I'm like, sorry, dyslexic moment. Apparently I can't read numbers anymore.
Dyslexic means you get them backwards.
Not backwards, they're just confused.
No, like 42.80, I just said 48.20. Or
not everybody sees them backwards, though.
It's not everyone.
They're jumbled.
They're jumbled and they're messed up.
I get them reversed all the time.
I'll get them reversed sometimes, but most of the time it's just completely it's just completely confused. And sometimes I'll just see a number that's not there. It's ridiculous. That's why I hate math. Yeah.
Right.
It's only numbers though. It's not letters. Like letters I'm fine with. Maybe I need to not use Arabic numbers. I'll just have to start using Roman numerals.
Okay.
So then he says, "Well, it was mine.
Yeah.
Until I lost it betting.
I was gambling like a jackass
at Joffrey's name day tourney.
Yep, I was totally betting on Sir Jaime because Sir Jaime's got the biggest dick in the realm.
So that blade he gave up almost a year ago because Joffrey's name day's coming
around.
Yeah.
So he lost it over a year ago.
Which means, as far as I'm concerned, he's like, oh, well, it's mine. No, it's not.
No,
you lost it a year ago. It's not yours anymore, you dick. Stop trying to seem all big and important. I mean, he is kind of big and important, but still.
He's very big and important. He's on the small council.
Yeah, I know, but he's
one of like the 8 most powerful people in all the realms.
He's just trying to impress her right now, saying, oh, it's mine.
And he doesn't have to. She already looks at him and says, I always knew you would rise high.
Exactly.
So why is he saying it's his if it's not his? And because all it does is it gets a rise out of her.
For suspense.
I swear he's getting
and probably to get the rise out of her.
probably getting a rise out of himself by doing it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Maybe he is getting a rise. You never know.
Littlefinger.
He's got Catelyn there with him.
Maybe he's using that little finger to good use.
Maybe that's why.
See, she's down with the theory. Catelyn and Littlefinger. He's putting.
I don't think I'm down with the theory. I'm not down with the theory. I just couldn't pass up a sex joke.
No, maybe that's why he owns brothels, because he can't get it up.
Oh, he says he owns brothels because they're a great way to gather information. Because men have loose lips when they've been inside some loose lips.
Well, yes.
Wait, what? That's how he phrases it?
No, that's how I phrase it.
Okay. I was going to say, like, that can't be how he phrased it.
Men will say or do anything after you take a
Yeah, it goes back.
Yeah,
it goes back to my whole conspiracy in her second chapter, where her and Lewin planned the whole thing. And when does she plan the whole conversation to go down? Right after she banged him.
It does go back to that part.
Boom! It's all connected.
Sex is just a very
I've got the
time
documents
for people, apparently.
right here. It's written
Sex
in the
is a very what?
It's written.
It's a very what?
They're contrails, first of all. We're going to go with that.
Oh, dear God.
Because they're condensation.
So anyway, so he says, yeah, I lost it betting.
Yep.
To
Tyrion Lannister.
Who we're supposed to believe bet against his brother Jaime.
He never bets against his brother.
Right, which he'll eventually tell us, and he'll eventually tell Catelyn, and Catelyn will be like, you're probably right, but I'm already too far into this whole kidnapping you thing, so we kind of fucked either way.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we're supposed to believe that Tyrion would bet against his brother Jaime, who he thinks legitimately is the best knight in the realm.
Yeah. Right.
So he would never bet against
him.
him.
I don't know
why would Cersei
Tyrion
bet against him, too?
That as well.
Yeah, because why would... Yeah, because she was saying that Cersei lost the emerald, or he was... the chapter's saying Cersei lost the emerald, but Tyrion gave the... And of course... When would Tyrion ever give that emerald back to his sister? He'd be like rubbing it in her face.
No, not to Cersei.
Yeah.
He'd be more likely to give Littlefinger his dagger back
than to give Cersei the
her emerald necklace back.
He'd be like, yeah, no, fuck you, bitch. Sorry.
Like, he would take that necklace and go give it to some hooker in Flea Bottom.
Yes, before he would give it back to her.
In front of Cersei.
Yes. Yeah.
Before giving it back to Cersei.
He would tell her, you could take it back, but you have to take it off this hooker first.
Yeah, take it off of her cold, dead, removed head.
Yeah. Yep.
Basically. So yeah, I mean, it's obviously bullshit.
Yeah. So he's definitely telling a lie in this part, and we all fucking saw that. I don't know.
Saw it coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
And Kat either believes it, is too stupid and believes it, or
she's so grief-stricken, so tired, and so stupid she believed it.
Or she's just so set on it being the Lannisters.
I think it's
both. But it is the Lannisters.
No. But it's not Tyrion.
Well, the Lannisters that threw
Bran out the window.
Yes.
I don't think they sent the assassin.
I don't think Cersei and Jaime.
No, you think Littlefinger sent him?
I'm torn between two possible options.
Okay, hit him at me.
Littlefinger to cause more chaos.
Yep, obs.
And Joffrey.
Joffrey's not that smart.
No, but
the Hound isn't either.
Joffrey seems to take actions that are surprising, almost as if he's got something whispering to him to do things, like taking Ned Stark's head, for instance. Is another one of those actions.
God. Here we go.
See, I just saw that as cruelty to Sansa. Here we go.
I need my tinfoil hat.
No, I don't think it was. No, I don't think it was just to be cruel to Sansa. Absolutely not.
No.
I think that he was convinced to do it.
I don't see Joffrey being the one to have wanted to kill Bran, though, or Bran. I don't know why I said Bran. Bran.
No, because Joffrey's already said multiple times that it's a mercy, because he heard Robert and Jaime both saying how it would be a mercy
for him to
put the kid out of his misery.
Yeah.
So the one theory is he's doing it to
show that he's merciful.
To show that he's an adult.
Yeah, but he's not merciful ever.
No, but to show that he's an adult and can do what needs to be done by making this kind of decision
that no one knows that he made.
Well, but if it goes well, then he can just say, "Oh, well, yeah, I took care of it."
I mean,
Okay, stupid question. In the TV show, doesn't Cersei and Jaime take credit for the failed attempt on Bran?
No. I don't think anyone took credit for it.
Any kind of conversation?
No.
Nobody ever takes credit for it?
No. No one ever knows who sent the guy.
Nope.
Really?
We never find out who sent the guy in the show.
It turns out the dagger is King Robert's.
In the show? Or
Really?
in real life? Like,
IRL.
I mean,
And the books?
Yeah,
Really?
We'll get there, but there's a whole big thing. We still, at this point, don't truly know who did it, but the evidence points towards Joffrey.
Just that little bit right there would have made me think that it was Robert that did it, though. I would think Robert would be more likely to do it than...
Robert, I don't see him
I see Robert doing it.
To kill his
Robert's
best friend.
No.
He says it's Robert said it would be a mercy.
Yeah, Robert said it would be a mercy.
I don't think he'd want to hold that.
No, I think he would, because he's the most selfish bastard in the world, and if Ned found out that his son woke up, I think Ned would want to go back, and he'd be like, listen, I gotta go back to Winterfell for a while. That's a month journey for Ned to go back, for however long he's gonna stay there for a couple months, and then another month journey for him to come back. That's a 6-month thing that he doesn't have his hand for again anymore. And Robert's not gonna Robert's not gonna deal with that.
And we don't truly know yet who did it. Like I said, the evidence needs
And Robert kills anyone who gets in his way anyways.
Right. Tyrion and Jaime come up with the theory that it was probably Joffrey that did it.
Okay. And
but we don't know for sure.
Robert kills anyone who gets in his way, the Targaryens, and
yeah. So I would totally see Robert do it. Robert wanted to kill children.
That's true.
I don't think it matters if it's if it's an infant or if it's a child. Like, if he thinks it's a mercy, then he would just do it.
Yeah.
So I could totally see Robert doing that.
Yeah, I guess
way more so
Robert
than Joffrey. I mean, I could see Joffrey wanting to do it to make people think that he's an adult, because that's all he wants, is people to see him as a strong and powerful adult type figure.
I'm smart, not like people say.
Yeah,
oh my God.
yeah.
Oh.
So I could totally see that for that. But I don't think. But I think he would do it for that reason. But I honestly don't think he's smart enough to have done it.
I think if Joffrey did it, it'd be something he would brag about.
I think that too. I think he'd be bragging about it too. I don't think he would wait until it happened. I think
unless he wanted to wait until the kid was dead to brag about it.
I don't think so. He's smart enough to realize that this is something he can't brag about.
I think Joffrey is a Bond villain and is going to tell the entire plan right before the plan's finished and then destroy everything because he let everything go too soon.
No, he's not that dumb.
I think he's that dumb.
Give me any evidence to point to the fact that he's that dumb.
I didn't say I have evidence. I just said I think he's that dumb.
Okay, so.
It's personal opinion.
Okay.
I think the earth is flat, but I don't have any evidence.
I don't have a basis for my personal opinion. That's how we have prejudices.
She had no basis whatsoever for your opinion that Joffrey's dumb.
I mean, I can change it at some point. Well, I do. I have evidence, but it's not necessarily like it wouldn't hold up in a court of law.
Well, what do you got?
I got that he's a whiny little bitch.
You guys
has nothing to do
with
intelligence.
Did I not tell him it would not hold up in a court of law?
Not even a court of law. It doesn't hold up to common sense.
That's very well. That's what a court of law is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about common sense and what's right and wrong kind of shit.
No, it's not.
No. I got the wrong thing about law then.
It's not even about truth.
Well, yeah, that I know.
Justice.
So,
guys, he's a whiny bitch, so therefore he's dumb.
You guys completely missed my joke, and I'm really disappointed.
What was it? I didn't hear it.
I said I believe in a flat Earth, but I don't have any science to prove that either.
You could bring Level onto a plane.
Thanks, Bob.
Oh my goodness.
Be nice to Bob.
No, the rapper Bob.
With Ari.
Isn't he the one that's in the fight with Neil deGrasse Tyson about the flat Earth?
Yes.
Rapper
he wasn't the one that brought the level. Yeah, he wasn't the one that brought the level on the plane, but he is a flat earther that's been fighting with Neil deGrasse Tyson. But
Planetos is flat.
I've got he's a whiny bitch and that he's not really a man and that he has no forethought. I don't have a basis on the fact that he's got no forethought.
He doesn't think a lot of things through.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is like he just doesn't think things through. Like he didn't think through the fight with Arya and Micah.
No,
he just thought he was just never his
big and bad.
His only forethought is I have more power than they do, and I feel I can get away with whatever I want.
And was he wrong? He got away with whatever he wanted.
He got mauled.
He didn't really get away with it because he wouldn't have gotten in trouble from his dad.
Yeah,
he still got punished.
His dad.
We don't know what he was punished with.
His dad wouldn't have embarrassed. Well, his uncle wouldn't have embarrassed him by it. Because
he pretty much got away with doing whatever he wanted to there.
It cost him some humiliation.
Yeah,
people picked on him, but whatever.
But his dad also disciplined him after. Like we don't know what that would have been.
We are assuming.
Yeah, We're assuming. Yeah, we're assuming. Well, we don't know that Arya got disciplined either. And that never said that happened.
Exactly. We're assuming.
Yeah. But that was their agreement. I'll discipline my son if you discipline your daughter.
You know what assuming does, right?
Wait, that's... Did he say that? Was it an if? I'll discipline my son if you discipline your daughter? Or was it just, I'll discipline my son, you discipline yours?
I think it was...
There was no... I don't think there was an if.
I don't think there was an if.
Because then I would be like, then neither of them got disciplined.
And he thought it through of, I'm going to attack this boy and show Sansa how big and tough of a guy I am.
How gallant I am.
Granted, he's wrong. It doesn't turn out the way he thought, but he thought it through.
He didn't think it through enough.
He didn't think it through well.
He probably didn't think
if he had known that one of them had a wolf, he would know the other one had a wolf.
He's the crown prince. He probably rightly thought no other child was going to crack him in the head with a stick.
There's that too.
Probably.
Because the only kid in the entire fucking realm who would do that
is Arya.
Just happens to be Arya Stark.
That's true.
Yeah, that is very true.
Like, no other kid would have done that.
I feel like, though, he's stupid enough to think that just because he's crown prince means a wolf wouldn't attack him either. Like, he could probably go walking through the woods by himself.
Well, Nymeria was off. She wasn't there. Remember, she came running
through the woods.
She came running when Arya was fighting with him.
I know.
So he wouldn't obviously have to think about that because the wolf wasn't there.
No, I know, but I'm saying I feel like he's just got that much. The amount of hubris within this person.
No, that's such a big word.
I love that word. But the amount of hubris within this person is that he feels like he could walk through a forest and not get attacked by a wolf if there were wolves around.
No, I think he just thinks that he can fight off the wolf. I don't think he thinks that the wolf wouldn't attack him. I just think that he, like Robert, thinks he can fight off the boar.
Oh, with his lion's
tooth?
tooth?
He can just fight off. He thinks he can just fight off the wolf.
Robert probably could fight off a boar, not at this age and his condition that he's in now.
Hammered, but
not when he's hammered. But he would have totally been able to do that if he hadn't been fucked up.
I think Joffrey thinks that he's a tough guy.
He does think that he's a tough guy. Doesn't mean he is a tough guy.
So he would just think that he could fight off the wolf.
And that is by my definition of hubris.
I don't think Joffrey planned it.
You don't think the Joffrey planned what?
The attack on Bran.
Oh. Yeah, I don't.
The original conversation we were having.
I just think it's without more book character development from me, I can't see that happening. Maybe I might change my mind with more book character development.
I need more book character.
Yeah, because TV show doesn't count.
We still don't know for sure.
Well, we got 2 more books coming.
At the end of 5 books, and we don't know for sure. I don't think we're ever gonna know because Joffrey's dead, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, we never really know for sure who Jon's real father is, so there's that.
Mother.
Well, father too.
Father too, Rhaegar.
Because if Lyanna was his...
I'm your idiot. Then Ned's not his father.
Right.
They're not Targaryens.
I think Ned's his father, so we don't know who his mother is.
Yeah, we do. Ashardine.
I don't know who either of his parents are. Throw that down. Just so everyone's aware, if you hear that snapping sound that I do, it's me snapping both my fingers and then lifting my hands in the air slowly and a bam, mic drop kind of thing. Yes, I am.
Anyway.
But I'm your idiot.
You are my idiot.
Okay, so we have a great discussion between Varys and Littlefinger and Catelyn. Before Varys gets there, Littlefinger says something interesting. I think is interesting. He says Catelyn wants to know how Varys knew that she was there.
Oh, yeah.
And he said a little bird told him. And he doesn't say one of his little birds. A little bird told him.
He says that every time, though, doesn't he? Anytime anyone asks him,
no, because
he always
says his little bird.
Listen,
why don't you just wait? Because you have no idea. Because
I don't have any idea.
This is the first time you've seen it. So,
I know, that's why I'm asking.
So why don't you just wait and we'll figure that out? But for right now, I'm going to drop a theory. Because you were all about waiting for evidence later on in the books earlier.
I am, but I can still discuss it now.
And so now all of a sudden you don't want to worry about that.
I can discuss it now too, but I feel like when I get that evidence, I feel like he's going to say frequently, is my thing. I'm making a prediction here. Shut up. This is not me throwing out fake evidence. It's me making a prediction.
Okay, so earlier we couldn't do that. We had to wait for the evidence in the books later on.
No, we can make predictions.
But now we can go ahead and just really ignore that. And do whatever. Okay, so yeah.
You know why?
Anyway.
Do you know why? Because the person with the biggest boobs gets to make the rules.
I think
the person who owns all the equipment and the place that we're sitting.
I think she's just tired of all your conspiracies.
I'm not. No, I like the conspiracies. I like conspiracy theories.
I know.
I just also like to disagree with conspiracy theories.
Because it's fun.
Yes.
But anyway, he says that a little bird told him. And we learn in this chapter that...
He has a lot of them.
You don't learn that in this chapter.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, we also learn in this chapter that Littlefinger is a little bird.
Is a little bird.
Yeah, that he's a mockingbird.
He's a mockingjay.
Not a mockingjay.
He's not a mockingjay. He's not a little 3-finger Girl Scout salute thing.
Salute.
It is a Boy Scouts. Oh, okay. So it was Boy Scouts.
Scouts honor.
I thought this was Scouts honor. I'm looking up mockingbird. I'm looking what a mockingbird looks like right now. It's actually pretty cute.
Yep.
I looked up mockingbirds last night. Trust me.
Did you? Okay. Yeah.
He does his research.
I mean, I do too. Just sometimes it's during the podcast.
I looked up the American stories about mockingbirds.
One of my favorite books is to Kill a Mockingbird. Anyway, let me go back to I'm looking for that.
I think it was possibly Littlefinger who told Varys.
That she was here?
Or Littlefinger who made it possible for Varys to figure it out.
That would make more sense.
Okay, here's my thing. I have a theory that Littlefinger is a green seer.
He does have this theory. He was telling us about this. Continue.
Because in Bran's last chapter in A Dance with Dragons, Bloodraven tells us how to identify green seers.
In A Dance with Dragons. So that's 4 books from now?
But that's the thing is, it still connects, right? So that's why you have to read these multiple times, is because the stuff at the end connects with the things at the beginning.
Right.
So, George, hides things in plain sight that you only get the evidence for
Which
way
is
later on.
why we're doing a podcast with somebody who's read all the books and people that have not read all the books.
So, in A Dance with Dragons, in Bran's last chapter, Bloodraven tells him how to identify a green seer.
Okay.
He says...
No, he does not say a little bird told him. He says, the whisperings of little birds.
Whisperings of little birds.
But what?
Mockingbirds are specifically birds that talk.
They are yes, they are.
Anyway.
Actually, mockingbirds are, the reason they're called mockingbirds is because they frequently do that, but most birds have the ability to mock sounds. Mm-hmm. Songbirds do not, but other species of bird do. Crows and ravens both have been known to be able... Yeah, they have been known to, you can look up videos. Crows and ravens can both mock human voices, and they can actually speak, like a parrot. But yeah, so even though a mockingbird, is known to talk, and that I think that has a lot to do with Baelish's character, crows and it doesn't hold for me still, because I have too much useless information about birds. That all birds can talk.
That all birds can talk.
Yeah.
Something I don't know. All dogs go to heaven. Tell me something I didn't know.
Yeah, all birds can and I don't mean talk as in make sound. I mean
communicate.
Actually mimic and mock the sound of other animals.
Yeah, we get a raven doing it all the time in these books.
Yeah.
In the next
in real life, ravens do it too, and crows do it.
There you go.
So, but I'm honestly I'm legitimately just looking for where it says that a little bird told me.
Oh, I thought that's what I said, but if it just says,
I just see the whispers of little birds.
Well, it's before Varys gets in the room. It's when Catelyn when Littlefinger first tells her that Varys is the one who knew she was coming, and I believe he says a little bird.
Now I'm gonna have to look. Hold on.
I know. Yeah, let's pause.
But anyway, yes, it's possible that Littlefinger was the bird that told him. Possible not.
It's possible. It is possible. Yeah, because it's either or. One of his little birds heard about your visit.
Doesn't change my theory that Littlefinger is a green seer.
No, it does not. Yeah, let's go on with that.
So,
give us the deets.
Once again, Bloodraven tells us that those you call the children of the forest have eyes as golden as the sun, but once in a great while one is born amongst them with eyes as red as blood or green as the moss on a tree in the heart of the forest. By these signs do the gods mark those they have chosen to receive the gift. Those chosen ones are not robust. Small.
So they're tiny.
Small, and they have green eyes or red eyes.
Yeah. They could also be weak, like physically, like robust, because also like physically strong.
They're small.
So, and Littlefinger got defeated in battle, regardless of the fact that the guy was a couple years older than him.
Right, but they're small. They're not robust.
He's short, anyways. Littlefinger.
And Littlefinger is described in this chapter as having been a small child,
and he's 2 inches smaller than Catelyn.
Still being small now.
Yeah,
and he's described as having laughing gray green eyes.
Yes. I mean, I can see that, which would also explain how he helps him rise to power.
But as of right now, he's only got the...
Plus, he fucking knows.
Yeah. Wait, alright, so tell me...
It would go in a long way in explaining how he knows everything.
Okay.
Also, we know through Bran, Green Seers have the ability to communicate with past, present, and future through their mystical network thing.
Yeah, the Grey Mists.
Which would explain how Littlefinger is able to possibly manipulate people into doing things that further his goals of causing chaos.
He probably knows things about them, too, that they wouldn't expect him to know. Right. He doesn't need little birds. He is a little bird. This is a zebra. He has all that information.
I think...
But right now, all he has is the physical aspects of it.
I just think Littlefinger could be, probably is.
He's only got the physical attributes.
Well, yeah.
Well, also he has all the knowledge that you would expect somebody who has that to have.
Yeah, but it's the kind of thing like a horse is a zebra's not a horse. He's got the attributes of it. Doesn't mean he is one, but he's got the qualifications to make it into the category. Doesn't mean we know or not that he is.
Yeah. I think he is, and I think that's how he manipulates things.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of makes some sense.
Or he's just good at what he does.
That too.
He's very good at what he does. I don't know. I think he opened his third eye. I think that the three-eyed crow visited him when he was younger in his deathbed after being killed by, or almost killed by Brandon.
I guess we'll have to wait till the rest of the series comes out.
Yeah, because remember the one-eyed crow, the three-eyed crow visited Jojen when he was sick with greywater fever when he was younger, and visited Bran only after he fell out of the tower and was in a coma.
So you think he visited Littlefinger after he was recovering from the duel?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he only visits people while they're in their sick room when they've got nothing else to do
except sit and
inflect. That's what it
seems like, is they visit them when they're like at death's door.
Yeah, and they're not necessarily reflecting, but they're...
And gives them the opportunity to fly instead of die.
Yeah. Because they're not necessarily reflecting on their life; they're inflecting on themselves and everything about them.
Well,
which gives him like an opening too.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So I think that Littlefinger probably opened his third eye, and it's probably me too.
I know, it's an interesting concept.
Yeah, we doing a video on it, so.
Well, of course you are.
Got some evidence I'll put in there, but.
Yeah, go look at his YouTube videos. They're pretty fucking sweet.
Just a thought on Littlefinger.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my tinfoil for the week. I have to do like a special section every week, like the Maester Ironwood's tinfoil.
I'm so sick of collecting all these tinfoil hats.
I think we should do that though, because so we have the synopsis. We usually have the show versus book compare and contrast.
Yeah.
Did we have that today?
No, because this wasn't really in the show.
Yeah, I mean they kind of like skipped over this part, like
yeah.
Well, yeah, because she was brought to the brothel.
Yeah, like it basically combines this chapter with Ned's next chapter.
Yeah,
when he goes to the brothel, and they kind of all meet together that way.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like a combo pulling both of those chapters together.
Yeah, so she never met with Varys and Littlefinger alone by herself without Ned around.
Right. Well, I mean, she did, but we don't see it.
Yeah,
it's just Littlefinger brings Ned.
She's
to
living
right over that.
She's living in the brothel. And
yeah, we skimmed right over that.
Yeah.
So
that's all that is.
Yeah, but we have the synopsis, the compare contrast, and now tinfoil hats. So we've got 3 segments of the show.
Yeah, and I've almost always got a tinfoil hat related to something in the chapter.
This is true.
I'm just gonna have to get a permanent marker and write, which one it is. So
we'll get you little tabs to stick in the like a feather.
Give me a colored flag.
We'll get you feathers, different color feathers.
All right.
Yeah, it'd be like a maester's chain, but it's tinfoil hats.
Yeah. And the more plumes you get, the more crazies you have.
The cats are going to love that.
Yeah, they fucking are.
What do you guys think of for a name for the chapter?
I still like Cat and the Rat.
But which rat?
I think that...
You never know.
There's 2.
Exactly. And you have to figure out which one's which. You have to figure out which one's the rat.
I think Littlefinger is more important than
I think Littlefinger is more of a rat than Varys is.
I think you're probably right because I think Littlefinger's playing for his own.
Yeah,
Littlefinger's always
Littlefinger always plays for his own
Varys
game.
is playing. I truly believe Varys when he says he plays for the realm.
Yeah,
yes, I do too.
Varys doesn't stay true to one person. He stays true to the safety and the best of the realm for the people. Yeah. Because he was a small folk, and now he has the power to change, hopefully, things for the small folk.
Yeah.
So so Cat and the Rat, and then it's for people can decide who they think the rat is until we have lots of evidence. And then whenever we find out who the real rat is, we could say Cat found the rat.
Cat will never find the rat because she dies.
Don't be sad. Listen. Then curiosity brought her back.
In the books. She doesn't come back in the TV show.
Not yet.
Yeah, they're not
doing that.
Oh, fuckers. Well, she's supposed to come back.
Well, in the book, she does come back.
Yeah. All right.
They don't have time to do it. They have to go make their racist show.
Yeah, they do.
They don't have time to do that in the show.
I think it's stupid. I don't like that show. It's not racist enough.
Alright, so you like Cat and the Rat.
I do like Cat and the Rat. You don't like Cat and the Rat?
I'm okay with Cat and the Rat. No, I don't have any of my own ideas.
I mean, because I personally really like I like a long one occasionally.
Why is that so funny?
Oh
no. I say I like a long one occasionally, and I still really I just like the sound of Cat and the Rat and the spider's web. It is too long, but I just like the way that it sounds.
I like Cat and the Rat. Did it just sound like I was done with it?
Yeah,
you're like I'm done with this shit. She's like I love you, Widow, but I've reached a quota today and I can't.
Yeah, you know what my quota is? 24 hours I've been awake.
Yeah,
union rules.
Yeah, that's true. Union rules.
All right, so I can go with Cat and the Rat.
Okay,
so we got Catelyn's two previous. So we got Catspiracy, and Cat and the Rat.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
What are we doing next week, Maester?
Next week's chapter
the chapter.
John 3
4,
at the wall.
I think.
John 4, John 3. I think it's John 3.
I think it's John 3.
John 3.
John 3. John arrives at the wall.
Yeah, his life at the wall.
Meets Sir Alistair Thorne.
And life just isn't what he thought it would be.
When I was reading this chapter, all I could think about was that one song, Just Another Brick in the Wall. And all I wanted to call it was Just Another Stark in the Wall.
I don't know that song.
Just another brick in the wall.
Yeah.
The wall.
Yeah.
Floyd, that was a really
Thank you.
bad rendition of it.
It was a very bad rendition of it. I'm not a good singer.
This is nowhere near that high.
No, it's not. Well, yeah.
No,
I like to go falsetto. No.
Anyway, so you're throwing down a possible name.
I'm throwing down a possible name now. Just another Stark in the Wall.
Already, another Stark in the Wall.
Yeah.
So you're just going to come up with each episode's name, huh?
I mean, not me solely, but I'm going to throw out ideas every time.
Come up with something for the next chapter.
Yeah, come up with something. I might like yours more.
No, I have no original ideas. I'm very boring.
Well, then ask your sister, maybe.
Smoke some long bottom leaf.
Yeah.
And just sit there.
I'm not allowed to smoke.
Not before you come here.
Not come here, but smoke some long bottom leaf and sit there and think about a title for the next chapter.
Yeah.
A long bottom leaf may help.
Might.
I can't wait to hear what some of our patrons have to say about long bottom leaf.
I feel like quite a few of the patrons might even have some long bottom leaf.
Yeah.
Party!
I'm sure
most people do.
I'm sure plenty of our listeners live in the states where it's now legal to partake in the long bottom leaf.
That's true too.
I'm not so lucky.
we're like 70% of the way there here in New York.
Yeah. We're getting close.
We're medical.
We're medical certified. We do have a dispensary around town.
So that's going to pull our coverage of Catelyn Chapter 4 to an end.
Thank God.
Thank the gods, the old and the new.
And yes, and the others. Thank the fucking others.
All right. I had a thought. Real quick with you here. I had a thought.
Of course you did.
There's the others, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the 7 gods.
Yeah.
Right? The seven stars.
Maybe they're all the same.
No. Well, yes, I think that too. But
there's
the one that is basically the god of death, which is the stranger. Just makes me think of the others.
Why?
Maybe the others are maybe the stranger is the others. That's what I was saying. I was just trying to put it together, and it didn't work out that way.
Others.
Because there's the stranger. There's like the different faces of the seven-faced god.
There's the mother, the crone, the warrior, the smith,
the father,
and then there's the stranger.
Why is there a stranger?
Well, it's the god of death.
He might, I say he could be.
He's the one. According to George, he's the one who's most closely associated with death.
Yeah,
I mean, they're all associated with death. He's the most closely associated with death.
And then there's the Bravos, who have just the god of death. What do we say to the god of death?
Not today, Satan.
Over there.
Sean Bean is over there.
It's not today, Satan.
Not today, Satan. Not today. I say that to my cat.
But yeah, so I just was pondering that. But
I can see. I
can't see. You have too many conspiracy theories from the future.
It's not even a conspiracy theory. It's just
you should write a book about your conspiracy theories.
I just think I don't know. They're just kind of like commingle my mind together.
When do you ever have time to think of anything else? Wednesday and Friday nights when we're at the bowling alley?
I know I don't think about this while I'm bowling.
I can only hope.
And then
you don't think about this.
Maybe that's why I'm bowling shit lately.
He bases the strength of the conspiracy theory on if he gets a strike or not while he's thinking about it. Because
you're not superstitious.
Because if the if the juju is good enough for him to throw a strike on it, then that must mean it's right.
No juju for you. He doesn't believe in juju.
All right, so we're done. We will catch you guys next time in John chapter 3. Like I said, if you're interested in getting episodes early, head on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/Ironwood. You can get early access a couple of days early for each of the episodes and get yourself a spot to guest host on the podcast and break down a chapter with us live. So
live? We're gonna do it.
I mean,
live.
It'll be like live. I mean, it'll be live for them because they're talking to us live.
Yeah, they'll be recording with us live, but we won't be live. Yeah, we won't be. Yeah, we won't be hosting live, but we'll be recording live with them.
Let's not host live ever.
No, I think eventually.
Eventually, if
it depends on how big we get.
Well, eventually, I think.
Yeah, and if we can curb using, the beeps in the middle of the
and the long bottom leaf.
Yeah, you're not allowed to use that. Also, if you want to see pictures of us and see random little things of us too, you can head on over to IW Network Book Club on Instagram because we have that. We throw out some pictures here and there just so you guys are aware.
And the Facebooks, facebook.com/the Ironwood Network.
Yes, you got that going.
YouTube.com/Ironwood Network.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
I don't know if there's any others.
Yeah, I think that's all of them so far.
Our website, iceandfirepod.com.
Yes. Yep.
Where everything is on there, including all the links to all the stuff we just talked about.
Indeed.
And leave us a review and a rating on the iTunes.
Or Facebook.
That would be fantastic. Well, I want it on iTunes.
Yeah, we want it on iTunes.
The more ratings and reviews we get on iTunes, the easier it's for people to find us.
Yes, that's true.
So, head on over to iTunes.
Take a couple minutes out of your day. Think about poor Lady Wyvern who needs more long bottom leaf. Take a few minutes to go and give us a 5-star review on the iTunes. All right, we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
And the more likes we get on iTunes, the lower cut my shirts will get.
Stop it!
I'm just saying. Oops.
No.
We're done here.
We are done here.
Bye.
We've had enough. Bye.